I am very happy and privileged to lead this delegation here. Before I go on to make my statement, allow me to recognize my own female boss, my wife Philomena, who is also here with me. At the January 2013 summit of the African Union, Mr. President, you'll remember that Mrs. Zuma, in closing her first address to you, the African Heads of States Assembly of African Heads of States, ended her statement by saying, and I quote, "We African women account for over 50% of the population, and we give birth to the other 50%, unquote. Africa indeed is making a march, is looking at gender issues, but particularly, as I have heard from the experts in my own delegation, Sierra Leone in particular has made a lot of strides, but yes, indeed, there's a long way to go. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of those who have come in the mission. We introduced a few, and with your permission, Mr. President, I'll ask my colleagues, all of those who came with us, to stand wherever you happen to be in the room. It's a big group, so yes, please stand up. There are almost 20 of us who came. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Sherry as well. Thank you very much. Please have a seat. Sometimes in Sierra Leone we take things for granted. We think things just happen. Sometimes we don't want to make the sacrifice of progress. Things don't just happen. You plan, you work, you become dedicated, you pursue it. For these individuals to be here, for their bosses to allow them to come, it took some work, over a year. But it also took support. When I mentioned this to His Excellency the President in December and the First Lady, they said, "We are all ready to back you. Do it." But let me tell you why it's also significant. Because I know many people have said, "What did you discuss with Mr. President and the First Lady in Addis Ababa with your pinkish tie?" Well, we always discuss what we discuss, development. Why were you so comfortable and laughing? Because we have a common agenda to improve the lives of human beings and to improve the lives of Sierra Leoneans. But more importantly, as Mr. President will do with me anywhere, if I say to him or he says to me, "Can you do so and so?" I say yes, he checks. So that day in Addis Ababa, he and Madame wanted to know, will your delegation arrive? Will they arrive on time? Mr. President, we're here. Why is this significant for you, and why is it significant for the UN? I serve as a chief executive in the United Nations together with Michel Sidibe on an exclusive group we call the Chief Executives Board, chaired by the Secretary General. It is very easy when you're dealing with global issues at 40,000 feet, strategic issues, that you spend a lot of time on paradigms, on analysis and theory. They all know that for 7 years that I have served there, when I get bored with theory and abstraction, I say, "Let me tell you about my village. Let me tell you about my country. If all of what we are saying it is true, let's test it." So yes, we are here because I said to my colleague leaders, Sierra Leone is a microcosm of Africa. A microcosm of Africa because why? We saw conflict for 11 years. We sued for peace. We've had peace over a decade. We've had 2 good elections. Everything seems to be working well, but the fundamentals are still there. We still have tough problems. Yet, it is not about problems. It is about opportunity and possibilities. We were sitting on the set of Rendezvous with Zainab Badawi. After we finished, I said, Mrs. Blair, can you do me a favor? She said, what? Join me in Freetown. She said, well, I'll take you up on it. 1 year later, Mrs. Blair, thank you very much. But it is a sacrifice because she has to jump on the plane again today to go take care of a major case she's trying. So SALONE people, team not to for free. It takes effort. These people came here for a good reason. So, Mr. President, my delegation will not preach to Sierra Leoneans. We're here to learn as well. But we do have solutions because all of them are involved in key areas. Women's health, women and energy, but also entrepreneurship and economic empowerment. You might ask, what is the son of a chief? What is his interest in gender issues? I said yesterday at lunch with the women leaders, what I do is what I believe. It's what I believe. That's what my father taught me. If you have a pedigree of chieftaincy, true chieftaincy, from the mother side and the father side. When my father passed away, I never did a tribute in the newspapers. In fact, I had not done an article in a newspaper for 15 years. When my aunt passed away, Mrs. Sarah Yila, used to be Mrs. Sarah Fraser, I did the first public article in newspapers. I called it My Mother, My Moral Compass. I mourned for my aunt in the newspapers, not for me, Papa. 2 years later, another aunt died, Mrs. Pose Injai. I wrote another article, Gender Empowerment. Both women had an impact on my life. I didn't talk about my father. I talked about the women in my life in both articles. Because I believe that gender empowerment is important. Mr. President told me in December, as we usually discuss, I said, what will be your primary push in your second term? You've achieved a lot already. Well, he has many ideas. You know, he's a businessman and he's a visionary leader. He said, but there is one that is important, gender. I asked him why. So, Mr. President, because you said it is important, you're a man, I'm a man. I said, well, I back him. I bring people who know that issue to help you, the women, progress. I was in my village Christmas time. Many of you asked, what was he doing there? I go to my village. I live in Vienna. Vienna is ranked the best city to live in for 4 years in a row by the Marsa Tourism Agency. The best city to live in the world. So I have everything. But my reality is not Austria or Vienna. My reality is Kitchen. My reality is Sierra Leone. So what was I doing in Kitchen in December? Thanks to the backing of Mr. President, Olini Robin Coker, Mr. Kaloko, NPA sent some people to help us put up the poles to get the electricity gasifier working. Second, there was an American professor visiting, a professor specialist in gender affairs. She had spent a month in my village because the son is a Peace Corps volunteer in my village. They have recorded the impact of the 400 solar lanterns we distributed in the village. The impact for the first time in my village in a decade. They had the best Becker results because of extra 2 hours of lighting. They were with me in my village. Finally, at 3:30 one afternoon in my village, I have shown the video in Washington 2 weeks ago about my reality. I was sitting in a place where I'm trying to put up a mud house. And a boat came by. Those of you who know my village, Mr. Minister of Agriculture and others, from Kitcham, you know I'm on a village on the estuary of a river. I pray let climate change don't get worse. My village might disappear. I was sitting there at 3:30 in the afternoon. If you want, I give it to SLBS to play for you. A boat came by. A woman picked up firewood, put it on her head. And of course, I had my iPhone. I took it out. You might say, YUMKELLA, you should have been helping her. But I needed to record it. She was carrying firewood, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But what was different, and I had never seen it before, she was pregnant. She took the first load, came back for the second load. She had a 2-year-old kid. And you'll hear me ask her, where's your husband? Of course, the paddy bin the waka come back. You know, bin get wood na head. I recorded it. So for me, when you talk about energy, it is real. The latest statistics from WHO in December shows 3.5 million deaths a year from indoor air pollution because of the use of firewood biomass. It is worse than malaria. This is why Hillary Clinton backed us 2 years ago with the Global Cook Stove Initiative. Our women are dying. But let me tell you why the village thing bothered me. It was 3:30 in the afternoon. I am sure the woman went back to cook. I am sure if she's unlucky, Ibinge for go back now, well, for go fetch water. And she will cook and poison herself. But guess what? We need to reach the power and something also. Thank you very much. A lot. Almost 30 years in the global system, teaching agribusiness in the United States, going back into the UN, and with you guys now creating an energy movement and an energy revolution. So I decided I'm going home to Sierra Leone. 6 million people, with probably the 6th largest deposit of iron ore, one of the purest deposits of titanium, diamonds, gold, but they're the poorest, amongst the poorest 5 countries, and Ebola decimated them. Why would a guy like this having a good career decide that he's going to pick up a challenge like that? Well, if I don't do it, maybe the wrong people will. And if I don't go there and call you guys together and say, let's transform the lives of 6 million people. If everything you've said about clean energy is true, I will go in, and if I succeed and I become president, I create the enabling environment, you come in, invest, and we show one case where the Sustainable Development Goal on energy was achieved. So yes, as was announced, I decided that July 31 this year, I'll step down. You've taught me a lot, almost 30 years in the global system, teaching agribusiness in the United States, going back into the UN, and with you guys now creating an energy movement and an energy revolution. So I decided I'm going home to Sierra Leone. 6 million people, with probably the 6th largest deposit of iron ore, one of the purest deposits of titanium, diamonds, gold, but they're the poorest, amongst the poorest 5 countries, and Ebola decimated them. Why would a guy like this having a good career decide that he's going to pick up a challenge like that? Well, if I don't do it, maybe the wrong people will. And if I don't go there and call you guys together and say, let's transform the lives of 6 million people. If everything you've said about clean energy is true, I will go in, and if I succeed and I become president, I create the enabling environment, you come in, invest, and we show one case where the Sustainable Development Goal on energy was achieved.
You invited to come to Freetown on the west coast of Sierra Leone, on the west coast of Africa. At any time in each meantime, come to Freetown. Two season in a salon, na two season in a salon, yeah. Rain season, dry season, orange and mango season, dry season, rain season, lost and bottom. Rain season, dry season, orange and mango season, dry season, rain season, lost and bottom. Vitamin Central, West End, Rural, Grandpa Vulture is on the cotton tea. Right underneath the cotton tea is the Museum of Sierra Leone. The history of this country is under the cotton tea. At any time in each meantime, come to Lift your head up, you go see for Bay College, overlooking the House of Parliament. Right across those State House, you can feel the refreshing breeze. I say over the city from the ocean, right to the mountain top. At any time in each meantime, come to whenever you come to Freetown and you wish to wine and dine, you can chop rice pap and fura and quench it a ginger beer, fried fish and cassava bread, fufu tola jackie tomboy, the bambaila and the mampauma, complete with a golden star. Whenever you come to Freetown and you wish to relax and chat, you can check out the National Stadium, the home of the Leon Stars. You can check out the Freetown players. Our own is the talent center. At any time in each meantime, come to
I decided that July 31 this year I'll step down. You've taught me a lot. Almost 30 years in the global system, teaching agribusiness in the United States, going back into the UN, and with you guys now creating an energy movement and an energy revolution. So I decided I'm going home to Sierra Leone. 6 million people, with probably the 6th largest deposit of iron ore, one of the purest deposits of titanium, diamonds, gold, but they're the poorest, amongst the poorest 5 countries. And Ebola decimated them. Why would a guy like this having a good career decide that he's going to pick up a challenge like that? Well, if I don't do it, maybe the wrong people will. And if I don't go there and call you guys together and say, let's transform the lives of 6 million people. If everything you've said about clean energy is true, I will go in, and if I succeed and I become president, I create the enabling environment, you come in, invest, and we show one case where the Sustainable Development Goal on energy was achieved.
President Nkrumah, thank you for where he supports where we work on this project. Then one we know say 6 years ago, now we bring the first Chinese in this country for can look 15 sites. Then one we know say for all that 6 years they will not give up. Would they bring different groups than I have for Kandu? I remember 3 years ago where they even make me small section chief. Oh, then still we're going to decide, Mr. President.
I am very happy and privileged to lead this delegation here. Before I go on to make my statement, allow me to recognize my own female boss, my wife, Philomena. Who is also here with me. At the January 2013 summit of the African Union, Mr. President, you'll remember that Mrs. Zuma, in closing her first address to you, the African Heads of States Assembly of African Heads of States, ended her statement by saying, and I quote, "We African women account for over 50% of the population, and we give birth to the other 50%, unquote." Africa indeed is making a march, is looking at gender issues, but particularly, as I have heard from the experts in my own delegation, Sierra Leone in particular has made a lot of strides, but yes, indeed, there's a long way to go. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of those who have come in the mission. We introduced a few, and with your permission, Mr. President, I'll ask my colleagues, all of those who came with us, to stand wherever you happen to be in the room. It's a big group. So, yes, please stand up. There are almost 20 of us who came. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks, Chair. Thank you very much. Please have a seat. Sometimes in Sierra Leone we take things for granted. We think things just happen. Sometimes we don't want to make the sacrifice of progress. Things don't just happen. You plan, you work, you become dedicated, you pursue it. For these individuals to be here, for their bosses to allow them to come, it took some work, over a year. But it also took support. When I mentioned this to His Excellency the President in December and the First Lady, they said, we are all ready to back you. Do it. But let me tell you why it's also significant. Because I know many people have said, what did you discuss with Mr. President and the First Lady in Addis Ababa with your pinkish tie? Well, we always discuss what we discuss, development. Why were you so comfortable and laughing? Because we have a common agenda to improve the lives of human beings and to improve the lives of Sierra Leoneans. But more importantly, as Mr. President will do with me anywhere, if I say to him or he says to me, can you do so and so, I say yes, he checks. So that day in Addis Ababa, he and Madame wanted to know, will your delegation arrive? Will they arrive on time? Mr. President, we're here. Why is this significant for you, and why is it significant for the UN? I serve as a chief executive in the United Nations together with Michel Sidibe on an exclusive group we call the Chief Executives Board, chaired by the Secretary General. It is very easy when you're dealing with global issues at 40,000 feet, strategic issues, that you spend a lot of time on paradigms, on analysis and theory. They all know that for 7 years that I have served there, when I get bored with theory and abstraction, I say, let me tell you about my village. Let me tell you about my country. If all of what we are saying it is true, let's test it. So yes, we're here because I said to my colleague leaders, Sierra Leone is a microcosm of Africa. A microcosm of Africa because why? We saw conflict for 11 years. We sued for peace. We've had peace over a decade. We've had 2 good elections. Everything seems to be working well, but the fundamentals are still there. We still have tough problems. Yet, it is not about problems. It is about opportunity and possibilities. We were sitting on the set of Rendezvous with Zainab Badawi. After we finished, I said, Mrs. Blair, can you do me a favor? She said, what? Join me in Freetown. She said, well, I'll take you up on it. 1 year later, Mrs. Blair, thank you very much. But it is a sacrifice because she has to jump on the plane again today to go take care of a major case she's trying. So SALONE people, Team Noto for free, it takes effort. These people came here for a good reason. So, Mr. President, my delegation will not preach to Sierra Leoneans. We're here to learn as well. But we do have solutions because all of them are involved in key areas. Women's health, women and energy, but also entrepreneurship, and economic empowerment. You might ask, what is the son of a chief? What is his interest in gender issues? I said yesterday at lunch with the women leaders, what I do is what I believe. It's what I believe. That's what my father taught me. If you have a pedigree of chieftaincy, true chieftaincy, from the mother side and the father side. When my father passed away, I never did a tribute in the newspapers. In fact, I had not done an article in a newspaper for 15 years. When my aunt passed away, Mrs. Sarah Yila, used to be Mrs. Sarah Fraser, I did the first public article in newspapers. I called it My Mother, My Moral Compass. I mourned for my aunt in the newspapers, not for me, Papa. 2 years later, another aunt died, Mrs. Pose Injai. I wrote another article, Gender Empowerment. Both women had an impact on my life. I didn't talk about my father. I talked about the women in my life in both articles. Because I believe that gender empowerment is important. Mr. President told me in December, as we usually discuss, I said, what will be your primary push in your second term? You've achieved a lot already. Well, he has many ideas. You know, he's a businessman and he's a visionary leader. He said, but there is one that is important, gender. I asked him why. So, Mr. President, because you said it is important, you're a man, I'm a man. I said, well, I back him. I bring people who know that issue to help you, the women, progress. I was in my village Christmas time. Many of you asked, what was he doing there? I go to my village. I live in Vienna. Vienna is ranked the best city to live in for 4 years in a row by the Marsa Tourism Agency. The best city to live in the world. So I have everything. But my reality is not Austria or Vienna. My reality is Kitchum. My reality is Sierra Leone. So what was I doing in Kitchum in December? Thanks to the backing of Mr. President, Olini Robin Coker, Mr. Kaloko, NPA sent some people to help us put up the poles to get the electricity gasifier working. Second, there was an American professor visiting, a professor specialist in gender affairs. She had spent a month in my village because the son is a Peace Corps volunteer in my village. They have recorded the impact of the 400 solar lanterns we distributed in the village. The impact for the first time in my village in a decade. They had the best Becker results because of extra 2 hours of lighting. They were with me in my village. Finally, at 3:30 one afternoon in my village, I have shown the video in Washington 2 weeks ago about my reality. I was sitting in a place where I'm trying to put up a mud house. And a boat came by. Those of you who know my village, Mr. Minister of Agriculture and others from Kitchum, you know I'm on a village on the estuary of a river. I pray let climate change don't get worse. My village might disappear. I was sitting there at 3:30 in the afternoon. If you want, I give it to SLBS to play for you. A boat came by. A woman picked up firewood, put it on her head, and of course I had my iPhone, I took it out. You might say, YUMKELLA, you should have been helping her, but I needed to record it. She was carrying firewood, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But what was different, and I had never seen it before, she was pregnant. She took the first load, came back for the second load. She had a 2-year-old kid. And you'll hear me ask her, where's your husband? Of course, the party bin the waka come back. You not been get wood in head. I recorded it. So for me, when you talk about energy, it is real. The latest statistics from WHO in December shows 3.5 million deaths a year from indoor air pollution because of the use of firewood biomass. It is worse than malaria. This is why Hillary Clinton backed us 2 years ago with the Global Cook Stove Initiative. Our women are dying. But let me tell you why the village thing bothered me. It was 3:30 in the afternoon. I am sure the woman went back to cook. I am sure if she's unlucky, if being get for go back now, well, for go fetch water. And she will cook and poison herself. But guess what? We need to reach the power and something also. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Fambulum, good morning. And I want to say, welcome again to Kontrifos Online Tv with me, DJ Million. And some time ago, somebody, Antuna notice na the wall we did. Somebody be hack the previous page, and a hacker take all the access to the page, and also it keep them dormant for a while, and then waiting it do a sell them give Vietnamese people who they do business simply because of the views they don't get. So una kushe una kabo, and today we come back for begin for giving the information, talk on SALONE, and this time today we want to start with the topic we get for do with the support, the battle we kind of color YUMKELLA don't battle SALONE even before they come into politics. But because of the bad politics we get, we own politics not get the hygiene, not good. People go make all kind claims, people go make all kind lies, and even afraid self say, evidence are available way for show people and say yes, indeed, waiting and they say or waiting and not they say, not to true. But before I go into tiki one, I go on follow we listen to waiting Professor Atina Lumumba, which he say on African politics. And also una we been on there on ABC they play videos them of Honorable Kandekola YUMKELLA in support to SALONE, in support to the former president, His Excellency Anas Bai Kuruma. We clearly show say this man, not a selfish man, a man will get a heart for SALONE. One thing where SALONE people and they fail for realize is, or maybe they deliberately turn blind eye to, are the facts in a life, the life what would they live? Somebody must day where go be better past you that time. You go get ideas, but somebody must stay way better past you at that particular time. All right. That is why when we go to our workplaces, you say the boss. The boss means say, now in the up at that particular time. Time go come where another boss go come. And also where we will go school, we know say inside we classes them, we get prefect. And how they made it pick prefect? Now then smart one them. Now then they give prefect. Then one day wait and see say then this get leadership potential. And then they give prefect. And also for take them up, head boy. When I say head boy, then they look at the best student. In those days, we sabi speak. So when they get anything we get for do with school competition, they can always say, at the head boy. And they go talk for we. When they can get in debates and they find the best picking them. Nobody look say, this picking here, this student for common on my class, or if we be my tribe, or me and forget the same name, or me and for come at the same area. No, you look at the best one for go represent the entire school. We made up of different tribe, different surname, different background, and different race. That is what we do. But we don't notice today say Salone, Salone. It's like we know the land. Salone, it's like we go wicked after wicked, we don't become evil to the extent that things the way we not be they accept. We people not be they accept where we small, we they see and people they encourage them. In fact, people are dwelling in it. Educated people. People where you 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you been getting respect for you. See now say what's in the happen at Salone today, it don't bring out the real people, the real us. And the problem when make we country go behind, we don't see now say not to the politicians them. The politicians they take advantage of those things. Then they take advantage of them thing and they work inside it because they know say then support base. We know they grow. We not care about the country. We care about we colors and we party them. Now that make even when the party get people the way they do bad, you go see Sierra Leoneans them still they protect that person. The why? Because then they look and say, "I'm a party day." But when the poor man in that party they suffer, then a prison, then a trouble, and are you party member? Oh, plenty no care. But they look at the politician because them face the politician, they give name to them party. But let us look at the history of them political party that we will get. They don't give good name to the party. Why they can't they? Make a play this man in video. And what's make they play this man in video? This man in video now video way. This man a man way most of we brothers and sisters and today within the media. The political bloggers, which in the Fed for Sierra Leone, they always they quote this man, meaning they believe in this man. But after I play this man in video, we can look at why them people here hate good people when it comes to we own country Sierra Leone. Let we go on. Laugh and quick. Let we listen to him.
Served. And if one remembers that lunch must be served, one must also remember that there is the law of diminishing returns. And one must also remember that one must now grow to their conclusion, even as they are talking about a call for political hygiene. So I'm submitting to us this morning that Africa can be great and Africa must be great. But Africa will only be great if we Africans do that which is good and right. The great Indian nationalist Chakravarti Rajagopalachari said that when politics stumbles, the country pays. So the first thing that we must do is to introduce hygiene in our politics. And now that I'm in Tanzania, the first thing that we must do is to magulify our politics. I know that there is a Kiswahili saying that question. The second question is about foundation. Let me give an example. I was listening to a debate by the former head of UNIDO, who is a Sierra Leonean and is contesting to the president. And I said to a friend of mine, if this man has these ideas and I was Sierra Leone, I would vote him. He said, Africa can realize our potential. And this idea that Africa has had conflict is misguided. And he gave examples. Vietnam was at war. Cambodia was at war. Laos was at war. The two Koreas were at war in 1953. Japan was bombed to the ground in 1945. Yet they have revived. They went back to the foundation that you talked about. In other words, we know the true north, tunadira. And Mwalimu used to say in Kiswahili, siri ya maendeleo ni watu, ardhi na siasa safi.
We are not the only ones who had conflicts. Cambodia had conflict. Vietnam had conflict. In fact, in the 60s and mid-70s, they were referring to Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, and others as basket cases. They recovered, they transformed, and today, yes, they're self-sufficient in food production. They are major industrial hubs for producing goods and services which are bought by rich OECD countries. What am I saying? None of us are destined to be poor. No nation is destined to have disease, disasters, and death only. It depends on the creativity and the determination.
All right, Fambulem. I play that video because with the real brother and sisters them on social media today, we sit in the Fete for Salone. They quote this Professor Lumumba. How is smart? The man a pan-Africanist. The man like Africa. He know Africa problem. If una believe say this man like African problem, and it endorse somebody where him feel say admire, we know what's in an African problem. Why una go sit down inside Sierra Leone? They kill una young brother, put and dong. For people them where people like Professor Lumumba not see example from it. Why una they do that? And una say una like Sierra Leone. Deliberate act for destroy this country because some man pack ego, some man they look for their own interest, affiliates, they look for their own affiliates in power, then compose themselves as an effect for Salone. We have facts available. Then people here go around all about. They talk, when you talk, what in the man do for Sierra Leone? The man sit on a UN, Salone de Pandak, de pan energy. But these guys understand, say, can the YUMKELLA is not the person where, not only the person where own UN. He is working, and inside that work where they work, he not ever left in country. The question whether we brother and sister for they ask with politicians them, all them worker, where can they can work? All them doors the way they open. All them lily and not in the way they trigger for coming inside the country. What thing go wrong? Who side them go? But our brothers are not honest out there because you know what you do? A lot of our brothers and sisters, when it comes to Salone politics, Papa God not important to them. So they will do the evil and send up politics. But when we look at the country today, who don't they suffer? Not to the current SLPP government they suffer. Not to APC people no more they suffer. Not to NGC people no more they suffer. Sierra Leoneans are suffering. Sierra Leoneans are suffering. I remember where the war been day. Not to one tribe die. Not to one party people die. Not to, so our brothers and sisters on social media today, where they present themselves as fighting for Sierra Leone, but they destroy good people for make way for bad people. They are worse than the politicians. In fact, some of them they team up, they make stories when we're not at school. But then go can't tell we say they young people them, then they don't left legacy. They don't do anything there. But let us look at Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone are heaven. Let us look at how Sierra Leone did it 4 or 5 years ago. Let us look at how Sierra Leone did now. Why? Because the wrong people them nothing always we they give access to no ideas. The only idea we then get, I don't get the name as a leader, as a president, as a minister, but nothing beyond that. That is their own achievement. Whether each day they make lily and nothing and left the people in the same state. When election come, rise the way sometimes China go get this and then go storm a big place them, keep them for election because they know say them make we people angry. We people them problem now hunger and ignorance. So then they left them at that stage. And when good people come for can help, you go see them begin cussing. Then begin fetter. Let's tell you one example. One example. Recently, Leon Star been playing how you call them? Leon Star been playing the Nations Cup. We get this guy with him called Chris Coker, a professional footballer. We can play for Sierra Leone. All right. He can take Sierra Leone. For can play for Sierra Leone, he play for Sierra Leone. We all being glady. The moment when propaganda comes, say Chris Coker and Amende, what's he gonna do? All of a sudden, the other side don't begin bash at them. They don't begin. This is not what we should be doing. Don't define people by the name because then come for can represent country. Then una can cover out politics. It is wrong. It's wrong. So I want to continue for play. What's it make they do this? People are not talk plenty. Can the YUMKELLA not do nothing for Sierra Leone? Just guys sitting at UN. I want for refresh in our mind because we are getting back closer to elections. We dey learn lessons. 5 years ago, we tell una say, una vote for good people. Good people. Now, good people, they bring good. You know they do bad, they expect it turn good. No. Now, good, they bring good. That's not the fact. Them party will see them. America, Canada, Europe. It's because then decide for make sure say good people and take the steering. Now, in make delicate today, some of us are enjoying the benefits of these places. Now, make delicate today, some of us are here. We they live at peace. We they go work with them, they pay we on time. The laws are working because good people. But inside Sierra Leone, we see wickedness in the eyes of us Sierra Leoneans. To the extent that people, they force people away, don't get chances. Nowhere, okay, we go. Then they force them back, and to the extent that they even brand them as the solution to Sierra Leone. But yet, people with clear evidence of progress, discipline in life, then they dirty them because what you do, then feel say, hey, if this person come, that may bother within a power, and we will get what you forget to. And me say we're not going to get what you feel forget. So then people are depend on Sierra Leone forget free things and allow we poor people and for suffer. Yes. Let us look at the indisciplined structures of Sierra Leone. Go to Sierra Leone and see how people drive up and down. Keke, Okada, this and that, blah, blah. Every day there must be some accident in that country day. And the accident, the Okada, you know, go bang me, they post, you know. You know, go bang, say that they go kill many people in the street, or they go kill empty man in the street, I go kill Flaman, Kuman, and Kromano. They bang people at random. Other than they hit, sometimes it go to Timmy man, it go to Flaman, it go to Mendy man, this and that. Why didn't they happen? Because we don't have structures. And why we not get structures? Because we not get people who get the ideas. Now listen to what Professor Lumumba say. There are no people with ideas. Today, people cling up to the tribe and the region to the extent that they are making mistakes. Then they sin against Sierra Leone by promoting people who don't get no ideas. You see them, they do plenty wrong, so then they come back and defend them. All right? Now, they always say, can the YUMKELLA do nothing for Sierra Leone? All right? Can they do nothing for Sierra Leone? When I start, I show a video when can the YUMKELLA de UN. It account with people them. For can support former President Anes by Koroma. The former president know that. Kanda YUMKELLA, when Anes Koroma win in second term, it was Kanda YUMKELLA who invited former president to Vienna and raise money for him. Ebola came, it was Kanda YUMKELLA who joined other leaders for raise money for help we. Bankasoka came. Before I go to Bankasuka, let's just play a clip where Kanda YUMKELLA 9 years before Bankasuka come to play, or 6 years, where then go launch that thing then I put loco. Let us see him. If you not somebody where get God na your heart, if you're not somebody where you get picking, where you don't born, you don't suffer. Kumga them papa and mama una get picking or don't born. Some man they fan pick up say no get them. Una get picking or don't born. When they expect say una picking for achieve greatness, if we reach to a height, then it reach to a height stay. Time way for explode, way for help in community, give back to people and they fet them, they make sure against them. When they know say yes, indeed, you No say yes, you begin get what it take for help people. Then people they fet them when it comes to Sierra Leone. You as a sit down and begin to think if that is what you want to for your child. All right, let us play this video where Kanda YUMKELLA been make a statement.
On behalf of my organization UNIDO, we want to tell President Kuruma thank you for where he supports where we work on this project. Then one we know say 6 years ago, now we bring the first Chinese in this country for can look 15 sites. Then one we know say for all that 6 years they will not give up. We bring different groups than I have for can look. I remember 3 years ago where I can they even make me small section chief now. Oh, then still we're gonna decide, Mr. President.
All right, I just want for sure alone as say can the YUMKELLA not ever left in country. That was 6 years ago before Bankasuka happened. And who was the president? It was Anasbai Kuruma. It tell Anasbai Kuruma, thank you for we accept, for welcome them, for can do waiting him can the YUMKELLA things say in country need. But before this happen, I want for Shona again. Say can the YUMKELLA don't come before with engineers them for can supporting country. Your question is why? What thing go wrong? And when you decide here, while you sit them and ask yourself, who's other Sierra Leoneans in the political system today? We don't give back to Sierra Leone. So not forget it, and they tell we say that most of them leaders them don't work now, World Bank, don't work here. Let them prove to you what in and do for Sierra Leone. We live in a world of technology. Why wanna go hate somebody where maybe God designed and put on our midst for give una the solution? Why wanna they be stubborn for fed somebody? Wanna they promote people and we not get any evidence of discipline, any evidence of fixing Sierra Leone problem or helping Sierra Leone in the past? I'll show another video. I want to show another video on the second YUMKELLA not ever left in country. After that, I will play a video where former president they tell Kanda YUMKELLA thank you for winning. All length here available. Our brothers, our sisters are twisting it. They are lying to the extent that we former presidents have been make big mistake. Not to politics make with you telling thanks, you know deeply inside saying that this man can help you with Bankasuka. You grab back, you take politics, you can't go, you go sit down, you twist them, you misinform the people. This is one thing we make. I know, up till now, I don't have that respect for the former president because you cannot do that as a president. You misinform the people where the facts they. It is wrong. I hope say Usa go they repent man here because such things God cannot let it go like that. Somebody help you. You come out, you pray for the person. At the end of the politics come because of the people that are illiterate. You go twist them. It's not good. You be don't do your own time. If somebody can help for promote that which you don't do for continue. I think say as a president you were wise enough and not go that side for time for dirty the next person. Now play some of the videos also. Let us say can the YUMKELLA not be ever left in country. One of the things that we do. All right, let's play this the Bankasuka.
Back home, YUMKELLA wants to bring the benefits of mini hydro projects to Sierra Leoneans too. A project on the Bankasuka River was developed by UNIDO with...
All right, I just want to pause and let us listen the man a message. Then what we say, YUMKELLA not do nothing for SALONE. It not do nothing for SALONE. All right, just because they want for Dotiam, for make way for the very people. That's one thing within inside SALONE politics, I don't understand. The SALONE politics where we don't go inside. If you look at the people and where they don't get access to leadership, they must get connection. And that connection then serve the build connections. And when they build connections, then they pay people in the media for continuously destroy other people them just because they want their own fake legacy for continue. Meaning they will destroy anybody when CCA go come for can lay a foundation where go stop that and for nothing couple when they get inside governance. They will fight hard. They will build up an empire for misinformed people, them open for, forums, them pack people and they allow anything positive from other side come inside it. All waiting, then they always want for pass inside it. Now that propaganda for protect them people that when them family away inside government. So that if then a government then go continuously, they get couple. Just for nothing, whilst we poor people them, they die and suffer in another country. This is what Sierra Leoneans have opened their eyes for, especially people in the diaspora. Because the fact here is, your people in the suffer here too, because of this same dirty and messy politics. This is what they do. And they do it deliberately when they see them, when they yai them. Then go can and tell you, say, Bole, YUMKELLA come on a boku talk. But boku talk the very words man where una people and una leaders and they always going for come beg to. Now then what man go call can the YUMKELLA and say, hey, will they pay you fair? Come give us lectures. Come give us lectures. What thing can the YUMKELLA been talk? I'm not done with this banker. So can I to talk? Now we listen to this man talk back again. Yeah.
Back home, YUMKELLA wants to bring the benefits of mini hydro projects to Sierra Leoneans too.
YUMKELLA wants to bring back to Sierra Leone. He wants to bring Sierra Leone. Projects them, but on the entire day, people will not play this for people for understand. Say this man not only inside politics, he come, he don't help this country. If this man then at that stage, they also get all good friends, great friends. Sababu. Salon people don't feel say we go use this person and make sure say we keep we country competing with other country them. How many decades we still at the bottom? Because we allow the wrong people and for always the wrong with country. And the wrong people and for always the misinformed with people. And they are succeeding. Because then they misinform the base. Keep facts away from them where good people get. Just because they want to enslave them and oh God. Anyway, let this man continue.
A project on the Bankosoka River was developed by UNIDO, with construction being undertaken by a Chinese firm.
6 years ago, UNIDO identified this site as a potential location for a mini hydro. At that time, we were looking at the possibility of generating 1 megawatt of renewable energy power to supply the hospital. One of our regional hospitals is in this town, but it's a major agricultural area as well. Over the years, as they've been looking at the engineering study, they realized that this has a potential for 3 megawatts or more. They've studied the water flow over different periods of the season over the years. And as you can see, this is the dry season, and you can hear the water and you can see the water flow.
All right. See, this man not always a kind of country. Yeah. Delicate today, we have people them way been under the former government where some consider oversee. They're not going to Salone 30 days from where they come on power. The only time where they we're going to Sierra Leone now if they get the chance for be leadership and get into governance again for waiting for go chap. Same way, so the one that government and so plenty back then can see them out. They don't care about Sierra Leone. They not even find a way for reach out for look for people that who can help this country. All waiting and sit down for now for let them party kind of power. Then go inside the go talk the language, spend $2-3, and then get power, and then take many couple come on our country. But this man, even though he was given a job on that stage, he don't be ever left in country where people they talk about hey, YUMKELLA and this and that, blah blah. That's why they get one video within the share. Yeah. Then get this video within the share, say how can the YUMKELLA lie and the former president say they eat Ebola money. Even though in the video, can the YUMKELLA say not to miss Tokamo now waiting man the right during the campaign. Now waiting man the right. Then still say can the YUMKELLA can misinform the people that they lie. But in the next episode them on why can the YUMKELLA, I go prove to una say when can the YUMKELLA say not to miss una with man right. I go prove to una the fact say before campaign begin, yeah, after Ebola, white man them foreign newspapers been done right about missing funds from the Ebola, missing Ebola funds. Then they online. Go check no more missing Ebola fund. You go see them. So those were the things YUMKELLA been the quote. But can the YUMKELLA not for quota? They say a lie. But today, we are with brothers on the other side. They talk about say, hey, BBC don't write this for Mother Bill. And CNN writes this for Mother Bill. They are quoting these papers, but YUMKELLA not get rights for quote them paper there. Then say they lie. I want to see the wickedness of Sierra Leone. And who are doing this? The people within the media, where they represent the big opposition party, because they are getting the resources. Some of them, they look, say, hey, we get a chance, we get the people. If we get into power, hey, I might have something. Or some of them are receiving funds. So if you they lie to the people and for destroy somebody where the evidence clear, tell me, are you not dangerous past the politician? Are you not aiding and abetting the downfall of our country? You are doing it. You are doing it. So some of we go always there at the side where we want to let the people get the truth. Nothing is going to move us. No amount of money is going to move some of we. That would jam gaggy. But we want for within that side where the young generation go look to me and say, hey, these people fought for us. These people were the people who created this environment the way we enjoy. I don't want to be part of a fake crowd. No. Yeah. Canada where they so are not better past the people on where they na SALONE. We all breathe the same air, we get the same blood, the same heart, the same organs. But the fact here is, I am more better because I did a structured environment. The environment structured because good people them take over. We are voting for good people. But this is not a series. I go bring to and say then we bother the on social media. They don't they lie and can the YUMKELLA. And most of the things that when they talk say they happen at this country, can the YUMKELLA don't talk on them things they are. What in them fell for do? Them fell for amplify them. Then fell for share them because then all of them people them look to kind of YUMKELLA say now the man where they get the solution. Now the man where they talk for we. The videos are available and they even in parliament, the way the man they talk in the parliament is available. I go to cut them show now, and this is going to be a continuous thing because what you do, evil don't take over we land. Sierra Leoneans and don't wicked. You hold on to party, but you not get somebody who go make you party proud. You still they push the person. Sierra Leoneans don't like Sierra Leone. Like one dangerous thing was one shameful thing was happening. We have all these leaders waiting up at that debate stage 2017 or 18 or whatever it is. We promise we na the diaspora said and go give you the right for vote. It didn't have the constitution. All of them abandoned. It was kind of YUMKELLA alone with champion. It will be inside every platform. They talk about the need for us for there and participate. Why? Because we they send plenty baby up on our country for every economy. But why they not do them? Because then the fear say, hey, can the YUMKELLA get people in the diaspora where they go vote for them? Is that the case? APC and SLPP then get plenty people in the diaspora. We don't prove her, we don't see them. Why the fear? Because they're not honest. They don't know what it go bring. They don't know what it go. The first way go get to Sierra Leone. That Sierra Leone don't get access to people. And Sierra Leoneans leaders and they respect the laws. These people don't care about it. In fact, when the late Mama Philo in Berlin, when we North America, NGC North America leaders them, executive members them, elders them go SALONE. They not only go to the funeral or the burying, then cut small pandentem, then go meet the neck boss, go plead to them again, say, hey, this is an opportunity. We can put people together to fund this and make sure say people then register and vote from the diaspora. Then say no. They say, well, the same don't lead. All right. Then say, okay, well, registration they come on make it easy for Sierra Leoneans them. Una give you the opportunity just for register so that people not go fly, come back, can register, and then go back and come back for come vote. So we can there we register, we send the data for una get them say through the embassy. This person don't register. Nobody's gonna be registered as per party. You register as a Sierra Leonean. So now we register. Hey, still back. Then say no. So when I see the NGC as a party, they copy the politics where they work for winner Canada and America and Australia and England. And that's not the only politics we're going to push your country go before. Once we get brothers and sisters and one on the other side, then don't want Sierra Leone for B, the Sierra Leone way one for B, but they will promise us that things are getting better. How can things get better when the foundation for making things and get better are not clear? How can they get better? They don't want to listen to this man where they talk in a parliament, then go fit him, disrespect him, because in voice, they go inside them bone, in messages them good. If then come and accept this man in message, then go take and say, hey, next election, this man will become popular. So what do? Destroy the message for even help them for grow as a government. Destroy the message for even help them for grow as an opposition. Then they kill her, massa, press her, and get them people on social media where they give Lily nothing. Then they come after this man, attack this man. When I see people then waiting they fight for Sierra Leone, they write, say, can the YUMKELLA team up with Julius Madabio for make them plan that August 10 for go kill policeman and would save them just because they want to suppress voters registration. I say, hey, Salone, we are not far away from hell. We are just 200 meters away from hell. Sierra Leone people are bad. When it comes to Sierra Leone, it's bad. And they fetch good people, they go make story all length in and day. They say, can they not do nothing for Sierra Leone? Well, I play another thing. Let us see. Yeah. Some of you will stand by good people, no matter what. We know, say, the truth always get victory. They say, in the last, you always get victory. And today, one thing we're glad about, most of these brothers and sisters on social media, when they fight for themselves, and they fight for the country, when they fake and they fight for the country, you can able to identify them, then they flip for plenty. Most of them get them fold at them for telling us say, for exposing us say they're not honest about Sierra Leone. It's clear. Because when you hear these guys talk about democracy, yet they think that what they do undemocratic, the things that when they say undemocratic, then you go begin for wonder, say, why are people listening to them people they are? Why people they believe in people they are? Because they gather them, people them, put them now, group them, subgroups them, name them, get them. They not accept any other good news for inside just the messages. This is how they take over the minds of our people. This is how Sierra Leone become super divided today. Because they themselves, if they elect Sierra Leone, some messages are where they come out from people that can't call YUMKELLA, then for amplify them. Because you know what you do? That is what will protect their people. As in King Clem saying, they kill them people. That is what will protect their people. Before they begin for kill people in this country, yeah, can the YUMKELLA sit down on AYV? He beg the former president. He beg the current president. He said, "Una people they lekuna. Una come together, let them see una do together. Una make a statement, say, hey, this country, let we do together as one." I'm telling you, those who are supporting APC, then like Aneskoma, then go listen to Aneskoma. They're not going to listen to them media people that are in social media, where they lie, they tell and say, hey, this is how they go fight it, go burn policeman, kill policeman. No, they wouldn't listen. They will listen to Aneskoma because what you do, the media people, let's say, they present themselves as supporting Aneskoma. So when the voice come out from Aneskoma, we can't go, the escalation of tension, it could take. When Madabio come and telling people and say, hey, una stop renting there. We are all saying, one country, one people, let's work together. Me and the former president saying that we don't talk together. It will be a different Sierra Leone, but no, they don't want it that way. They want a country where go always in chaos so that the bad people can go always control the minds of our people. All for our people. So when you look at why Salone people not they look, not they young they crave for good people for how we country change? Why are they supporting bad people? Because then they benefit from the bad. Then they benefit from the bad. 4 years ago, we all been sitting on our Facebook with a talk on the things that were bad in that country day. And the very people that were causing bad things there, then still they're around. People still effect for them. Now Canada, it doesn't happen. That is why Canada, they're millions of miles away. Now America, it doesn't happen. They don't want their young kids coming up for follow bad people. So when you don't mess up, au revoir. It's done for you. But in Sierra Leone, we they recycle and bring and come back. Why? Because of party. And because of that, they make they kill people. We they kill people them where the character good for push his country. Now play Kanda YUMKELLA in other video again on in support for SALONE. Yeah. Sometimes in life we need for let people see. Yeah. I go play this audio again, this video again. Where they tell una. Because Kanda YUMKELLA sidom na UN. He know the statistics, yeah, of Sierra Leone. Where been there. He know usai we day. It is sidom na development meetings. It is sidom na energy meetings. It is sidom on things where with great leaders. They know usai Sierra Leone always day. That is why he feel am say, hey, how me go then a such platform, such stage. I don't get all the sababu, all the friends. And just say, you know, my country, they don't get this place, they idea. But the man, he stepped down. Let's play this video again. Let us listen to incessant. Salon people are a lot left wickedness, man. If we continue, three or four Sierra Leoneans, I know we'll go heaven. I'm telling you. Because the educated people themselves, they're highly corrupt. Educated people, highly corrupt. All manner for their interest, not the interest of Sierra Leone. When you're going to sing, I pledge my Lord, they don't mean them. Land that we love our Sierra Leone, they don't mean them. They don't mean them. To them, Sierra Leone don't mean nothing. Not themselves and them political party, region and tribe. Now listen to Kanda again.
Was announced, I decided that July 31 this year I'll step down. You've taught me a lot. Almost 30 years in the global system, teaching agribusiness in the United States, going back into the UN, and with you guys now creating an energy movement and an energy revolution. So I decided I'm going home to Sierra Leone. 6 million people, with probably the 6th largest deposit of iron ore, one of the purest deposits of titanium, diamonds, gold, but they're the poorest, amongst the poorest 5 countries, and Ebola decimated them. Why would a guy like this having a good career decide that he's going to pick up a challenge like that? Well, if I don't do it, maybe the wrong people will. And if I don't go there and call you guys together and say, let's transform the lives of 6 million people. If everything you've said about clean energy is true, I will go in, and if I succeed and I become president, I create the enabling environment, you come in, invest, and we show one case where the sustainable development goal on energy was achieved.
All right, when I listen to Kanda YUMKELLA, when I listen to the things the way it talk about titanium, blah blah blah, da. Why was this sounding so optimistic? Why was it sounding so sure? Because Kanda YUMKELLA don't sit down with people that are expert, we know the wealth of nations. We know what it takes for a country like Sierra Leone with titanium, gold, diamond. He know. He don't go to go out in life, they travel to other countries them. Yeah? Other countries them. And he don't sit down with the leaders them. He don't look into the history. He don't read. I can tell you some of the leaders who get in Salone, they read. They don't read. Some of them are chill, drinks, chill, this and that. They don't read. They don't do research. So tell me, how will they be able to come up with ideas? The only opportunity you wait for when they get to power, then travel up and down for take pictures, this and that. Just their own legacy. It's not about the country. Because if not about the country, the way and manner we country, you don't waste plenty of money like that where you get ambassadors and for travel. I talk about the current government now. Yeah? It's not about building Sierra Leone. You go focus on pushing Sierra Leone. 4 years. 4 years is enough for let we see a push in the country. But anyways, let me continue. Kanda YUMKELLA know all in there. You know our countries that we not even get the resources here we get, how far they are right now. Like Professor Lumumba reference to Kanda YUMKELLA, he said, Kande. He said, if I was a Sierra Leonean, I listen to this man, the former Director General of UNEDO, he has a lot of ideas. If I was a Sierra Leonean, I will vote for him. And this is why he said, so. He said, this man able to figure out, see, Vietnam, Cambodia, Japan, all these places then get war. They were bombed down. We know what they watching them. movie them before Chuck Norris there with the see mission action. They tell you about the war in Vietnam. Most of the infrastructure bombed down and renting. Where are they today? They are the number one leading countries in agriculture, in manufacturing. Where are they today? You want to tell me, say, they no land, they land. They make sure, say, then bring them people come together where they went wrong and make sure, say, they begin hand over their country to good people for direct. Where is Vietnam today? Go on YouTube, check Vietnam 1940 something or this and that, and check Vietnam now. Or check, left 1940 something, come to 1960, check Vietnam 1960, when at that time they will get independence, 60, 61. And then you check in Vietnam now. Check Sierra Leone 1960 and check Sierra Leone now. Check Malaysia, at the same time we get independence, 1961, and check Sierra Leone now. Check Malaysia that time to now. Check Sierra Leone that time to now. What's that we do? We don't go anywhere. Well, yet we go talk, say people get bookman, they get smart people in Sierra Leone. Their smartness they work. No, they're only smarter than smart. Now for squeeze them way into people, forcefully enslave with people their mentality, cage them. Yeah, when they don't cage them, bam, they're able to use them. What to make you feel say somebody will not even get access for will not get access to proper phone, all right? Or somebody will not get access to better internet, or somebody when they get lights in house, go sit down have WhatsApp, they tell you say, but the man about talk, what you don't do for Sierra Leone, why you feel say go do that? You not get access to the things I'm showing you. Why you feel say go do that? Because he or she has been indoctrinated. They've been given the wrong message. Just because they want to keep them in a fold for belief in the people that wanted to work for them against those who have prospect, knowledge, sababu for push their life go before. So when you hear them, what you don't do for Sierra Leone? Now Sierra Leone says na energy man, Sierra Leone they in blackout all in there. This young man on no say, can the YUMKELLA, even in days now you need to don't help the former government, na Bankasoka, the former government, the leader, the president come and mock him and laugh him and shame him. That young man don't know the things available. They want to talk on them behalf. No go make them know him because what you do, they don't want them to learn. They don't want to deliver them. They want them to stay in that slavery mentality. You understand? So, like we now, where she say politics, not to that way for go eat. We tell God, thank you, we will wake in the morning, we go work every 2 weeks. What you work for, then they give you balam. It is a jump, and they give you balam. The way don't come back after 2 3 morning, go say bonus and you look them. When you sick today, you call 911, you go see police, motorcar come, fire brigade come, ambulance come. These are structures. You work as if somebody slap yourself, you jog you, which is just give them small time. Then go follow all them camera around the area and make sure say, hey, they know that if you motorcar, they know that joggy post, this and that. They know those things. Yeah, they give us the knowledge. When you come at this country, the first thing where you learn at them part of the country, you begin learn, like you go class. You begin learn that day when you land inside your pot. You begin get knowledge. Science, baggage, that way. I will don't show you. You don't begin learn. If you read, you don't begin learn. Baggage claim. What's in the room? Immigration. To the shuttle. To taxi. These are the knowledge and giving you. And when you come, when you don't pick you up, you go na host. You see the sign that you learn. And when you can na host, TV day. Now that TV day, you begin learn, you begin know the culture. One thing. Microwave day, don't tell you almost how to use them. Everything you learn. This is not knowledge, but we get brothers and sisters and we see them on social media. They destroy this country in the name of fighting for Sierra Leone. Just because some get ego. Some feel saying that they're able to touch the fight. You cannot. Because our people down there are being enslaved by your way of doing politics. You are not helping them to be wise. You are not passing on that which you are learning in this part of the world. Instead, you are using something to keep them in a fold so that they can go out there and vote your choice. And your choice is not even fit to transform the lives of those people. You yourself, You cannot transform the lives of those people. You cannot give them knowledge. You cannot help them think better. You are protecting the truth away from them, giving them fake messages, misinforming them for a leader who is coming to do the same thing. So tell me, whose salon will you fight for? Whose salon will you fight for? You are not fighting for Sierra Leone. You are destroying Sierra Leone by destroying people like Kontrifos YUMKELLA. We get the knowledge, the sababu. 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, we told you guys that, hey, let us change. It is possible. Let we give option to Sierra Leone. But one thing we brothers and sisters them fail for understand is the fact, say, not to all Sierra Leone. And one thing, the fact say, not to all Sierra Leone are thief man, not to all Sierra Leone are credible, but then get this notion where they can use and get this phrase when they use. And what's making the use them, it's deliberate. Because then leaders then we then get, then very well know say yes, then leaders know better. And then very well know say yes, and leaders then cannot help them. But because then one then leaders them for be, who that's them for be for them, what can you do? Then go tell you say all politicians are the same. But the fact is, are all politicians the same? No. That's why I love Kontrifos YUMKELLA, like I always tell you, say, there are progressives in the APC. There are progressives in the SLPP. There are progressives in the C4C, PMDC, all other political parties. Why can't these people come out from within, the bad ones, and let's work together with common ideas, ideologies for push Sierra Leone go before? If not Salone, we want for Lego before. Why are you getting stuck to the orthodox way of doing politics when they work? Why are you in the midst of people promoting the things that one of the pushes country go before? Why are you there? You did though, they know they push you for like come before. You know they do, now the same place you did. Why can't you step away and join people and we get the same ideas like you and say, hey, let us this time push Sierra Leone to where it's supposed to be. For who small bottom, I'm telling you, nothing not going to Sierra Leone. Come to me and tell me say something going to Sierra Leone positively. What in fact in the 21st century, once other countries and young people and they think about technology, we are young people and they promote mamikos now. We are young people and they curse people on social media for telling them the truth now, for helping them. Imagine. That's the kind of technology we Sierra Leoneans, especially people them we say and they speak for Sierra Leone, they pass on to we young people them. Mamikos. What in the mamikos don't do? No, it show we say we're a weak nation. We not get ideas. We not get ways and manner for educate people and for sake of politics. So we use mamikos as a way for intimidate people. It don't work. It don't work. Some of you don't blast my mind, don't cost my mind and say, I'm here sitting here, still talking. It don't work for me. So when you look at all these things, you are Sierra Leone in the diaspora. Why you hold on to party? Why you hold on to tribe? When you know say now good now it make you the America today. Now good now make you the Canada. Now good now make you the Australia. Now good now make you the UK. Why are you holding on to tribalism and regionalism? Why you know the practice in England? But yet you the support people and for fake people who get ideas like the ones where they make you feel good now England, America, and Canada. What kind of Sierra Leonean are you? We first months come, una de rap like shawarma for pray. First month, una de rap like shawarma. Everything there inside for go pray. 1 whole month, na the fast to God. But God tell you, say, when you do the right thing, at the time I go answer your prayer. But you don't do the right thing. So in fact, you are starving yourself for 30 days or 40 days. Same way for the Christian them. When Sunday come, in fact, not to Sunday no more. Then get Wednesday, then get Thursday, then get Friday, then get Saturday, then get Sunday. Then they go and they pray all night prayer. Sunday come, you they brace yourself like I say, you scrap with coat and necktie and day. You they go lift up all the hands to God. But yet, the good thing you're not able for discern them. You pastor able to discern witches and wizard, but you're not able to teach you and tell you, say, hey, this country now until we vote for good people, come on be in Skype, come on be in region. Now we go before. If the pastor would discern spirits behind you, why don't I would discern good people in this country? Because a lot of them are also political. A lot of them are also in a political fold. They're not honest. They're not honest. So me brother, me sister tell me, you want to tell me say God they close to Sierra Leone? No. All this story they happen so now due to we own foolish knowledge. We don't abandon, say yes. God na info be the source for lead we on. And we get one talk, okay, talk. Hey, don't tawa, don't fake people and don't this and that. When I go vote for bad people, when I can tell you say, hey, now God now they choose leader. No, God don't give you that choice for knowing good and bad. When election come, not to God they go team up and line for vote. Now you they go make your choice. Now you they allow and control. You say go vote for this. Now we party man, we board and I come. Now you they do. I'm not to God. God know we good. God know good people. Yeah, God no go give you good leader that you suffer back. No, God no they give them kind gifts and they at all. Then they give you good leader, he suffer. No, in those days, God be they talk to man, be they commune with man, they be they hear God in voice, loud and clear. They go tell priest and say go anoint that person there. But as time go on, he left with to himself. Let we use weird mentality. We use the mentality. You know what thing good, you know what thing bad, you know what not fire, you know what not water. So if you go vote for somebody, even though you get facted, this person, you don't get anything for show me, say yes, he fit, he capable, but because you party presenter, you got to go vote for him, you get the result. That is what we are getting. Imagine, would I be expect we go there at this level after we don't campaign against the bad deeds of the former government? Would I be no so good at this level? Now because Sierra Leone people are tied up to tribe, region, we cannot take the risk for the good people. We always take risk for the bad people. We don't want to take risk for good people. We all take risk for bad people. Now, let's go back to can the YUMKELLA do nothing for Sierra Leone? All right. And where are they show now? I go one follow una on a corner. Una show we a politician. Where then are we political system today? Where can be compared to what can the YUMKELLA do for SALONE? Una show me one if you're honest. Una show me one if you're honest. If you like your country, Sierra Leone, I'm not saying you tribal, I'm not saying you party. Show me one. After they talk, some people and they look me them bitter because you know what you do. The bitterness now unnecessary bitterness because you cannot let go to your traditional way of doing politics. You cannot let go, and that your traditional way not even help you people. It not even help you. Up till now, if you ever come overseas for go SALONE, you ever go transit in people country for 5, 6, 7, 8, sometimes 16 hours. Why that for happen? When they say, look at the map, who say Sierra Leone locate? You able get flight from Brazil to Sierra Leone. You able get flight from America to Sierra Leone. You able get flight from England to direct. But we don't have people who know, we get the idea on how to make these things happen. Now we look at this. What thing can the YUMKELLA do for SALONE? Yeah. Wow. This nation. Okay. This is one of the Kande YUMKELLA's project. Barefoot. Women, they will not go to school. Fight very hard for make sure see these women they involved in something we they like it we all they buy in Amazon and all and they. But they will not amplify this thing because you know what you do? What you put and go say, hey, not money. But when I say, no, do nothing. Now the man, I have been the head of that particular thing. Where come look and say, I don't go left my country. I have to bring people to help my country. Una leaders then where una they vote for so. What thing they don't do for Sierra Leone? Prove it. Una they ask them, what have they done for Sierra Leone? The only thing we me don't say and do for Sierra Leone, now for Sierra Leone. It's the truth. How can you like somebody to destroy the country and somebody to help the country you hate them? Let's look at this.
Working with partner organization, YUMKELLA has helped to support innovative projects in the field of solar power.
Some of the time when you have too much rain, the normal solar panel does not take, but this one, regardless of the weather, yes, it charges all the time. Yes.
When you put another 12 volts,
the Barefoot College in Sierra Leone enrolls illiterate and semi-literate women and trains them in solar engineering. The women used to be subsistence farmers, but now earn a living assembling household solar units in Port Loko district. These solar suitcases provide light for the community health workers as they travel in the region with no regular electricity supply. The solar light is much more powerful than light produced by mobile phones.
All right. These are available evidence where we brought them on social media. They fail for person to people. Why? Because they don't want Kanda YUMKELLA for be this popular person over their own leaders. They will not get no way for support Sierra Leone or not ever support Sierra Leone. All within the Abupan is holding on to that position for make them go get access to leadership and what? Look at that. That was in Port Loko. Not even inside Kanda YUMKELLA in village. Port Loko. Now the question where they ask yourself as somebody where they support them people there. Yeah. Why? Where are these things? Why they not continue? Why leadership at that time not make sure say they expand this thing, be serious with this thing, and make sure say they like it today. People in a put lock on the gay light yagba. What the urge for promote that thing where can the YUMKELLA help, support, and bring into Port Loko? Where were the urge? Where was the urge? Sorry. Where the urge? Where the people? Where been then a government which support that? We already say Port Loko, the blackout, it plenty inside it. Can you imagine how if I don't look like if that in the way can the YUMKELLA trigger bring into Sierra Leone, being get a continuous support by people and where they get access to leadership. But then say can the YUMKELLA not do nothing in Sierra Leone? How will they sleep, Sierra Leone people? How will they sleep? How will they sleep as Salone people? Ebo, is this how we want to be country for day? Anybody we good, we want for can help in this country. As soon as a person comes here, they come into politics. Una don't see as target, say it go kick una party them out. It go kick una leader them out. Una the feta. But una own leader, they're not able for do the things where they're supposed to do for help una. For giving that health care. For giving a picking and good education. For giving a clean drinking water. Up till now, Sierra Leoneans and they get water on the gutter. Broken pipes. No wonder people they die of typhoid because in that gutter, inside that gutter, there's what we call evaporation. When the sun warm, that water where they settle inside that gutter, it evaporate and it is settle around that pipe in entrance of the water they come out. People they can then get water and when they get her, then go drinker, then get sick, then go they die in that country. Why? Because una they support bad people and because of una party, and una they fight against good people and we get ideas, we get sababu, we get able for una access to a better life. It's sad. Dangerous. Last show no more. Okay. I'll just show no more. I get 20 more minutes for go. But before I go, I just want to make a note say the NGC they're almost done in lower level elections, and we will soon do a convention as SALONE. Okay, the NGC now a political institution where they work independently, and because they work independently, they don't prove for be an institution where they do constructive criticism. The NGC not believe say we forgo and fet na that country day because there are no institutions in place for protect we people. No institutions in place for protect we people. When a poor man gets case, now God no more, then go abandon them. In fact, you know, take them and go get the wrong, even if they ain't right, and then go jail them for nothing. Now make it like today. A prison way for take 300 people, We get more over 1,000 people inside our prison. Because now the poor man them, they always get the wrong justice. So NGC and the leadership not believe say because things are not to go right in that country, we for call people and for go fet, for go burn government property, for go kill policemen. We are not going to be involved in that because we will not be helping the country, and we're not going to lay a foundation even if we can have power. We go don't lead the people and for do the wrong thing. And Honorable Kandakola YUMKELLA, Dr. Dennis Bright, one of the chairman and leader, don't always talk see NGC got tin up by government for sake of this country on good things them. If government come and say they want to do this thing, NGC look and say this thing is what government want to do, it correct for the people, it good for the people, and it go serve the country now and the future, the NGC will support it. Because now Canada, we see the liberal and the conservative, the Green Party, the ADP, is it ADP? Oh, I don't forget. Anyways, but we have four party. What thing they do? Then they support that good thing they forsake their country. Well, in America also, you see the Democrats and the Republicans, they agree on things that will go good for sake of the country. That is what kind of YUMKELLA they do in that country. People don't like it. Our brothers in the APC don't like it because then see and say, can the YUMKELLA they support Madabio for succeed? But not the country. It's good. We for support him for the sake of the people. He don't talk him when he lost election. Not to my way get bad that when he lost election, when he go to Europe and for go tell thank you to people. This is what he said. He says, Sierra Leoneans, let we not pray for let government fail. Whose politician we go can tell without word in Sierra Leone today? Say let we not pray let government fail. With the politicians and from both eyes they go against each other. Hey, this and that, and this. But government, you they see people on social media, no one let this government do good things then for this country. Like one thing where me see this airport, this new airport where they do it. I was against my mama because during the election I think say hey then guy and be a campaign strategy. But when the new government come, that money where my mama been cost, I've been saying say yes, there's a need. Therefore, we don't continue with them. But then get their own plan, then this and that, then come with an other airport. Me no know almost it cost, but you almost say it cost more than my mama, and my mama for don't give me more. But then they do them. Now that they do them, they complete them. As a Sierra Leonean, whatever government ever come, go look into how resources are spent. Go audit them. But it is good for me because you know what you do? It is serve every Sierra Leonean. SIPP, APC, C4C, PMDC, fly to that country, you get for fly to the airport. You get for serve everybody. So under the front identity, that is what NGC believe in. All right, we give you the opportunity. You misuse the opportunity. Giving you the opportunity means that we support the bad things that you give for the opportunity. No, we give you the opportunity because Kanda YUMKELLA believes in this part of the world, they give chances to people. Chances for you to prove yourself. Okay, so when we support you, we support you and also they give advice. Like for the free quality education, the NGC advice say, no, this is too big. Go start them small. Well, because our people are vulnerable, illiterate, then use them, say quality education. Say all Comgraphies say, hey, but we need to pay that again. But how you end up say some Comgra pay more. They pay more. So Kanda YUMKELLA gave advice. Just like I go for the bring and control. People don't lie too much on this country. See the manner they talk. They don't lie too much. Even the audit report where money they are like, hey, then the TV's country, then they fell for this and that. Even when at one point Kanda YUMKELLA they talk about Lara Tilopies. And they talk about say, hey, this is not done. They try for they on inside they talk. And it make one phrase where it say not to one person support for the talk, all man support for the talk on anything there. It make a phrase say Salomon leg for take you and pull bangana fire. Hey, we brought on the other side, the opposition, then get the social media people away starting day before God so Kooko and the twister man in talk. Just because they want for dirty that man, but they don't mean no saying that they safe in the dirty. Because our young people will understand what in kind of YUMKELLA mean. Now go buy to them. So what you need to do, then they twist them for sake of the young people who then keep and inform them, for keep them, for making them push, go out, for vote for good people. But like I said, at the end of the day, we go see who side SALONE, who that good for that country and who that been the fed for that country. I get one new phrase where I pull. I say when heads are take light, we go know that get candle. Okay, so now we continue. Let's just show now one more thing. I get 14 more minutes for go. All right. Yeah, like I've been say. So the NGC they get them convention, and this convention within they get, it's going to be a convention for proof to Sierra Leoneans and say the NGC is here to stay. The NGC is an institution we don't build. If we look at what's happening in Nigeria today, in a twinkle of an eye like that, the people they abandon the orthodox party them because what you do, then things say, they don't swing them at their mock this way, that way. See, so I think go on. They don't swing them. So what in then decide for do? Then decide say, hey, let us get another option. Let us change and see. We have nothing to lose. If the two big sign they swing so nothing. Let's see if this fresh person together with us, giving the support to if that fresh person, that new party, not go able for help we, for let at least we go up small. So it is happening. Anything possible. So the NGC is here to stay. Yeah. And the rumor about YUMKELLA, don't go SLPP. Well, people are free for make you a rumor. But I can always tell people and say we live in a world of technology. If all what's in the share, so in fact, what's in fearful the fact then take YUMKELLA in ID card way in the SLPP, where the expiry date say expiring date 2018. Then they share on social media, say look in new ID card. Can you imagine this? How Sierra Leone become? Then tell me how people would trust us in the opposition if we did in Kantindi. How people would trust you in Sierra Leone? Because you misinform people, the facts are available, you lie. You know, how can we be doing this? Destroying good people and we expect a good outcome? No, God self not a open door for you. That abopo you get, you know they happen. Because you know what you do? You're not honest. You're not honest yourself for present yourself as the angel, the good angel, angel of light, then you are not. So if you they talk against somebody way bad, then you they come with they use bad strategy. Guess what? God not the team up near Yusuf. You know they get the favor. I make country this so. Let's watch one more thing. We Anes Kuruma they tell thank you to Kanda YUMKELLA. We're going to make a one for play this. Now because we have people who believe in the former president. They like him so much. But when it comes to things where he say on Kanda YUMKELLA, then they disagree with her. In fact, they don't listen as if. But then like him so much, then trust him so much. They say left legacy. But if this man don't tell on her, say, this man don't help this country. Why una for the go on and lie say the man don't do nothing for Sierra Leone? Why? Okay. Let's look at this.
Today, we're glad that you need to then self deny. And you need to not only deny, then deny at the highest level. When at the Director General deny and in team. We will not show you the team. I want to say we, Sierra Leone, we gladly for the work we needed to do in this country and not help we in so many things.
All right, not help you in so many things. Now bring the other one. I'm sorry, it cut. He said, "Don't help you in so many things. I just want to know brand come and who the head. Hey, can they call YUMKELLA? They don't help you in so many things. You know the wickedness of people in this country. I wonder who say we they go. All right, let we continue for listen. We continue for listen.
If we're able to come here today, we get for start for tell you need to plenty thank you because now one the engineer can't tell me see from the Bankasuka we can generate energy, we will supply energy all over this country.
All right. And the engineer them. Who done the engineer? Who done bring them people here? Can the YUMKELLA brought these people for can help in country? But guys are out there with all them prayerful Friday, Juma, and Sunday, hallelujah. They tell people say he has not done anything for this country, which is bad and is sad. Let me continue for listening, Anas Kuruma. Hopefully, this is the prayer we pray.
And we're glad for that because we will come as a government to challenge yourself. We say we get energy potential in this country. But we know we just go and begin the drum. First we try to find out and confirm whose idea. And you need to come in, can help we, and now one of the engineers there can talk say we can able to generate energy at the Bankasuka, we will make Port Loco and in environs they get electricity.
All right. Okay, let's listen to this one. Leonardo say Kanda YUMKELLA, this was Kanda YUMKELLA, and that's the very same day where they tell now about the next project them where they don't put it, they don't look at. And on a question now is what happened to them projects there? Where did it go wrong?
They work with President now for Moyambasef. The same way we don't be with this 6 year, and the same way we be in the Moyambayo, down this on 10 megawatts. In the next few days, I will brief President how far we don't go. That one then for also for that we supply Jala University College. But so, Mr. President, I want to show you say you need to we do with job all over the world, but we also don't forget USA we come out. They say if you know so we say if you don't know USA you go, don't forget USA you come out. So we glad to say this we able to help you and others for bring this to the country. We hope say we go done other one day. Tomorrow, for example, another project will be in the work with President and team on the Fisheries Institute. We've been getting Fisheries Institute now with them born in Puebla. By God in power tomorrow, we will lay the foundation stone for build that one day back. So now so we do small for let we save help for develop the nation. We thank God say we able to do them. We wish you now well and put lot of people and good luck with our project. Thank you very much.
All right, that now Honorable Kanda YUMKELLA talking on projects and the fisheries building where they've been born at that country day under in leadership. Almost $1 million and then spend for builder Tinde back. But yet our brothers and sisters are saying Kanda YUMKELLA not do nothing in Sierra Leone. But if you on our way get picking them, we the study hard right now. Like universities and we don't pay plenty couple. When time reach for making them go give back to them country, if they decide for make a choice, say, hey, they're gonna go political, will you be happy to see them going through this kind of thing? You go gladdy? I don't feel so you go gladdy. Yeah? You when a business person, if you do your business, you want for succeed, and just because of you political affiliation, or let's say you choose a party for support, when are you constitutional right? Even though you business, now business where they serve your community, things you they make and cheap, then people can begin fetch you. As why your business, say your business not good, your business bad, this and that. But you get people and where they own business, hey, it's not better for the poor people. How you go feel? You when an educated man, you do work in a particular office, yeah? And inside that office day, you and a man will get the knowledge, you get the ideas. Anything where you put on for do people they see and say, yes, indeed, this guy, he know what he do. But you have people there where see and say, if you works show forth. If what you do, the company can see him, say, hey, this guy need to do him. Then no go shine. Then begin to fetch you, put you down, begin badmouth you, make all kinds of things. The fact about your good work, then begin cover them for make way for the people away, not able to do them. How you go feel? How you go feel? On a lecture in the air. Hey, boy, my brothers and sisters. Because see them, we lost this opportunity on a good man way. They help this country. We go allow such opportunity. Wow. Salone. We go allow for destroy this man just because of we own party sentiment, politics. Politician. When you look at them, they don't have the charisma. They don't have what it takes for even help when they were in the position. They don't have what it takes. And when they come now, they make way for the same people they recycle the problem. Say you first one problem and recycling the same thing, bringing back the same thing. Once you have people with option, people with respect, international respect, recognition, sababu, for push every team man, mendeman, team man, lokoman, sosoman, fuloman, crewman, madinko, will push everybody up together. Some of us will not join them both. We get crowd. No, they can't both party, then they will need to join her. We will stand with the boat. We go be safe for we go boot for dock. Now some side we go show say yes. We all go happy together. I don't care what it takes. Me get the tell when I say we nation not bad, we nation evil. There are people out there where they sit down so the truth inside and they suppress them with the bad. They suppress the truth. Hey, I can always tell people and say, let me look at life today. Today go wake up and say, hey, this person and say this person don't die, oh, this person don't do this, oh, this person don't do that, oh. Imagine if you have that nature wherein you they join force with people them for bring good people them down just because of party, the love of party and the love of tribe, the love of region. When that makes sense, then God forbid you go sleep and let you know wake up. What you go tell Papa God? Where if someone don't care, they tell me say yes. It tells me that some people don't even care about God anymore. What you go tell God? You don't live a life where you deliberately do the wrong thing against good people, but yet you want to let people and what is it and say people and see somebody with trustworthy. What is see educated people now inside this politics, this current political atmosphere, we see educated people, they act like they don't want to go inside school. And they do a bang and they talk and say, yes, we now, inside this particular political dispensation, the term what we do now you don't know say educated people, some people their education, it was not properly merited. They don't get them, they don't really take them. Because when we talk about education, that means say you learn good things, you follow good things, you do good things, that make you achieve whatever credential, degree, or whatever you get. But if after that you begin show say yes, you know they follow good, then let's ask question about your education. Overseeing they see leaders and they push for our to waiting they don't do in the past way good, and they push for let community respect them, for let people respect them, let the young people them, for our to history inside Sierra Leone. I see we own educated people them, then a social media. Someone even benefit inside it, but he choose not for do the right thing, he choose to promote the wrong thing. So when people ask you what thing can the YUMKELLA don't do for Sierra Leone, don't just sit down there and make stories and follow people because of your party or your tribe. In order to do well, you are creating dark clouds over your future, over your beginning future. Now that's what you create, because you participate in doing the wrong thing. You participate in causing Sierra Leoneans will die in that country of hunger, sickness, and diseases. Because what you do, you fail at prime time, you fail for support good people for sake of your own party, and inside your party at that particular time, you not get somebody where you able forgive your party respective. Yes. Them they come, your party go get good person. Them they cannot get good person. Does that mean because if you get good person today, now we not get good person, you for still push for that bad person there for head your party or head this country? No. Just tell like if you're sick right now, you get a doctor who don't mean you a family doctor for long. They sick, they monitor you. And then can't tell you say, hey, one doctor the under this doctor, a good time, a good doctor, then give you evidence of waiting they don't do. You can say because you don't used to this doctor, when are you family doctor, the sick, they monitor you, family doctor, not show any progress. And there is a doctor there who they say, good guy, you know, good guy, that doctor for CA, if maybe this doctor go able to provide that medication, we go mend them foot. You hold on to your own doctor. Some people don't think, man, when I use on aid, when I get myself delivered from this old way of doing politics, dirty politics. Dirty politics. Why on earth you go Sidomi and in the toxic and the YUMKELLA, they support for letting kill people in this country? Why on earth you go say so? Because what you do, you don't want to do research to follow what in Kanda YUMKELLA they say. Because you are in a group when are all APC. You are in a group when are all C4C. You are in a group when are all SLPP. They only pass things and wouldn't want you. The media only pass things and wouldn't want you for Yeri. They don't want anything for let you Yeri we go make it different from waiting the story for B for the empathy. And then people are already where now they admin them where they not the media. These people are getting their lily and nothing from them. So it's part of business for them. For them, that should not stop. So in other words, for that thing protected, what you need to do, then they promote the things and where una one for Yeri. We go please una and for indoctrinator for cage una for whole una. They don't want any other message for coming. But guess what? If anything bad happen, now the government of the day, they will bring it in. Because then one the people of Obili say, Nasiam, we better. Who be the thief or thief no thief na thief. Thief na thief. This part of the one they can't be the thief. Now lie, you curse the law, the work. Well, this is what why make some of we believe and support person like Kande Kole YUMKELLA. Because you know what you do? I've followed him, I've seen his discipline, I respect what he do, and all the things away than say, where people they fail for share and amplify. All thing and the way don't say, it happened today. About peace and unity, he talked about it. He begged that these two big parties come together, leaders, and talk to the people. Nobody listen. Because if the Menduam is succeed, there are people who go sit in a corner and say, but this man can't like get ideas. And people go begin for lekam. They don't want that. Because the people in leadership, that them party there, and take and say, me party for continue. So at least that money where I don't take from this country, I go able for preserve them by helping somebody in my party we go in a power so that more go they go they say, hey, this will be former president to more go they come so that money no go down. That's the main reason. Not for the country. Because now for the country, we see in this part of the world, we see great leaders, they endorse great leaders. In Sierra Leone, no. Okay. Kande YUMKELLA, delegate today, up till now, they're not debate with audit report. Kande YUMKELLA don't talk about this. Let us debate the audit report. Now, inside the audit report, we go know if things are working, waiting, don't go so this and that. Yeah. Even inside the parliament, we have parliamentarians them when they amplify Kande YUMKELLA message because they don't want him to be popular. But what's in a message? A message against Sierra Leone? No, a message not for SALONE. He messaged them not for SALONE, but they don't want to amplify it. Why? Because by amplifying those messages, people's mindset could begin to transform. Then when they went in the cage, puts inside them, form them, and pass on their own party message no more, then go begin for go away and listen to positive messages. What in the cause Sierra Leone for be messy today? What in the cause the police for just to flow under orders from above? What in the cause the judiciary for they take sides and be messy? What in the cause money we for go for teachers and not they go to them? What in the cause nurses them the money we even supposed to get not they go to them? What in the cause education system for them, agriculture for them? What in the cause corruption for just to continue? Because we not get institutions and they work independently. Can the YUMKELLA inside parliament? Don't beg, don't advocate for let we come together and make sure say we reform institutions. Look into the constitution and reform. Look at things and we not work, we not good. Let we change them so that this country go get institutions where they work independently. President no go for go give get power per every institution. Institutions they work now. The police work independently. Immigration independently. That's not the only way this country will go before. Can they don't ask for that? Up till now, nobody from the opposition, media, they pass on them video, they envelope people and see them. Say, yes, indeed, this man don't advocate for that. But yet, they go tell people and say, the man sit down, they talk nothing, they support the government of the day. Is that fair? Are they helping Sierra Leone? Our brothers in the media, are they helping Sierra Leone? Then go sit down all 1 hour, 30 minutes program. They talk about Kandekola YUMKELLA. Now they do this, now they do that, to the extent that you look at these guys, they talk saying they fight for democracy, then they become undemocratic, trying to fight this man. When the man in right for support things that we're good. It make it clear. I will stand by the government for things that we're good for this country, and also I will stand by the opposition, stand with the opposition on things them we not go good for this country. That is why we, the NGC, we support the idea of COP. The ideas of COP by working with all political parties in the opposition. What do you make we do that? Because we want to give government a pressure for no say, una get an obligation to this country. That is why NGC are the only political party we get a program at AYV where they talk about the needs of the people. We can have used that platform to call people and go on a street, but we don't believe in that because institutions are not in place for protect with people. So waiting, we decide for do. Get a program where they run at AYV, where plenty Sierra Leoneans and they watch. Yeah. Where plenty people and they watch. Yeah. And go to the poor people, the market women, the suffering homes. Ask them what in their needs, what in their problem. What in make them this what they like it today. What in them constraint. And we come back now program. Tell government, Papa government, this is what is happening to our people. This is what they need. Why would they do that? Because now this part of the world, this is what institutions do. This is what political parties do. They help government for sake of the people. They go out there and be part of government. We are part of government. Opposition are part of government. So we do we role for make the government know, say, hey, this thing when they want to do, it's wrong, it's not fine. At the same time, we give the advice. But we have brothers and sisters on social media where they support political party, political politicians, political party, because they don't even support the party. Because if they support the party, they will seek good people who go give the party them good name. But they support politicians and political parties where they give them really nothing for come and destroy other people, where they talk on behalf of their own party and the rest of the country. It's bad, it's sad. I will support people like Kontrifos YUMKELLA. I will support people like na NGC, where then other political party will get the same knowledge and idea as Kontrifos YUMKELLA. Elect na APC then they. When I see prospect on them, are able for sit down and discern and say this person here, irrespective of another party, this person mean good. By the way he talk, by the way he present himself for sake of the country, I will support them people and they. Me not a party person. Mean a good people that made the support. That is why when people don't sit down and don't boil Kontrifos YUMKELLA name and don't like I decide say we're getting back to election. Let us don't make a mistake again. Myself go step up and begin prove them people and they say then they lie. If you want to believe lie people, them wanna continue for believe lie people them. If you want Sierra Leone for change, wanna go seek the truth. I will be representing fact on what in them people don't lie, don't misinform people them. And if you want for help Sierra Leone for go on, wanna go share the video and make sure say people can hear the truth for themselves. But if you fail for do that because of your party, you're afraid say, can the YUMKELLA go overshadow the person within your party? Then you are not helping Sierra Leone. You are not even helping your party, because that person at the end of the day, we don't see the example. Usai, the APC, they talk about, hey, the former president get legacy and all this and that. Tell me today, the people who they vote for APC, where they give work to them people here, Usai in life did it today. Then better 5 years ago than today, then get better 10 years. They are in the same place. Same way, so in this current government, people who they support President Bio, they talk about President Bio plan. How many audios are they hearing on social media today? Where people in disgruntled from the south, what in they benefit? Nothing. The only people they benefit are the very people out in social media. They sell and propagate them very leaders there. I know what they benefit. Our people, our ordinary people, are not benefiting in the parties. Go to the APC party office today. Go to the SLPP party office today. You see young men with potential, and they sleep there. In fact, I remember they smoke jump on them present. Now, so a political party headquarters supposed to be no. So then they automatically say the one way they up there, where them people in the social media they fed for, then they fed for their own pocket, which they can in the pocket, fed for them people there, use them people there for get money, and then people there say they use them people there for go up, elevate themselves. At the end of the day, when they reach there, they enrich themselves. Now, then family no more they benefit. They travel with all the one they around them. Then picking they can on social media. They can down to we level safe. They don't know social media. They don't know WhatsApp safe. No. But you guys they aid and abet, and then people here for make more money, through them leaders there, and push them leaders and go up. Then when people them where when they send out there for go vote, when they support, when they seek the column, they know they get nothing. All the way to they support them people for do that for using our people them as a political tool, as a bait for go fish and get something big for the politicians them. Why would not they change? Why would not have to change the mentality? Why would not have to change the ideologies? Why? Why would they continue to destroy the nation Sierra Leone? Why? Why would they so? Salone people, why would they so? I know so when I'm going to watch my screen. If when I look the background, when I see how beautiful that city is. That city not beautiful because of bad people. That city beautiful because now good people and good ideas, good mentality. Now it make them citizen, that city beautiful so. Now they see motocar them up and down. It's not beautiful because of bad people. It's beautiful because of good people. Una didn't oversee, una know. But why una do that to una country Sierra Leone? Why una the fet kanda YUMKELLA? Why una the lie pan the man? If not that man they God choose today say for come help this country for give you a better face. Why are people refusing the fact? It is available. Why not they hide the fact? Why not they listen to people where they lie? They cost money because they do anything. Why you promote such bad things and fail for promote good messages? We're going to help with people for think wisely and follow good people. Why? Me fumble them. Ibadu what you do to the country? It's dangerous. What you do to the country? Very, very bad. But anyways, let me take commercials.
The Blessed Way.
The NGC North America Women's Swing presents a fundraising dinner and dance on Friday, 11th November 2022 from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Hosted by the DM and Virginia chapters at the Metro Point Hotel, 8500 Annapolis Road, New Carrollton, MD 20784. Tickets, single $100, patron 150, chief patron 250, grand chief patron $500. The hotel discount code is NGC USA, and the number to call to book your hotel 1301-459-6700. Yes, now they're not walking to another the NGC North America Women's Swinger. Then they come with a dinner and dance inside Maryland on the 11th of November 2022 from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. And this one, now the DM chapter and the Virginia chapter, the host time. All this will take place at Metro Point Hotel, 8500 Annapolis Road, New Carrollton, MD 20784. And the people for contact for you ticket, una go see them, and they pass and they number them. The ticket for single person are $100 and patron are $150, chief patron are $250, and grand chief patron are $500. Don't forget, anything with camper more business, it can switch because all man can mix inside there. We ready for Bade, Bodo, and Budu and Bada. So now the word at all, the NGC North America Women's Swing. Then they come with them fundraising dinner and dance at Metro Point Hotel on Friday, the 11th of November 2022 from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you will not be know now, so that you know say you touch one, you touch we all, and SALONE business, now all man business. All right, that's now the NGC Women's Wing North America. Then they come up with them fundraising dinner and dance. We're going to be the 11th of November on a Friday inside Metro Point Hotel, now Maryland. So you were there around that area, you there around this closer states, come support. And one appeal where they do to get to Sierra Leoneans. We soon they make a decision also in that country. What kind of decision we want to make again? Let we not forget, say, there's a huge divide now with country Sierra Leone today. The two old parties, them, the APC and SLPP, they don't bring serious division, backed by the social media people them. The division is great. Let nobody no hide them or afraid for telling. With the read the calls, with the read the audio them on dangerous plans. We brother and sisters them, they pass on to the people them. Today, Sierra Leoneans see themselves as enemies of that country. We they already call to destroy infrastructures, kill people, burn people. That was not our Sierra Leonean way of doing things. And this thing, it did cut across the board. This the same, that is the same. It's dangerous for we country. And the way manner things are not happen in that country day, and if you say any Sierra Leonean want for sit down and see blood spill in that country day. But guess what? The honest truth is, that is what we are heading towards. That is what we are heading towards, too. Yeah. Now that we get too. Because when you look at the political tension of a country, look at the words people say, look at what people don't believe. If SALONE people not vote wisely this time, if SALONE people not try to distance themselves from the old establishment, we will get to that same place wherein business people go lost a lot of resources, then go lost a lot of money, lost them business. We go see them kill people in that country day because we they see and they talk them. We go hear dangerous things and they happen. We will see fighting at that country. We don't want it again. So this is an opportunity for our brothers and sisters, not the diaspora, for come together again and we make a big decision, make a big sacrifice. For sake of your mama, your papa, your brother, your sister. We're in that village, we don't get access to better information, but the only information they get is tribal information we engulf with misinformation. For protect them from becoming the victims of fighting, torture, rape, war, hardship, poverty. We have to take the risk this time. This is 2023. We've seen enough in the past 8 years. It's 11 years plus for 15 years. We've seen a lot of backwardness, no progress. People are coming out telling us that, hey, yesterday was better. What? Was it so? No. They are saying these things because they want people to go back and help them recycle the same old people who laid the foundation to the destruction of institutions. Not forgetting the military, we say, go police. Yeah. The same thing that will be happen. I go prove them to you as they do me sees them. The same thing that will happen today. We saw them happen in the past establishment. All right? Me no they come and lie to you. I go present to you fact. Yeah? Why they present fact to you? Now for able for trigger and see if Sierra Leoneans in the way honest to the country. You can choose for believe them. You can choose not for believe them. But I will present them to you. And today, we have evidence of people who will be support the past government, where they tell we, and by telling us, they're confirming what some of us were saying about bad governance. Now, let's look at today. We all in the same boat. They talk about the things that will happen today. The use of the police brutality, destruction of institutions, division, regionalism and tribalism, corruption, killings, injustice. It is the same thing. That is why people are there fighting the messages we could change people in heart and mind of this country. Because people benefit in this. This is Africa, don't forget, people benefit in this. They benefit in this. So my brothers and sisters, it is your time, opportunity for take that risk. Like how we brothers and sisters and they take on Nigeria right now and say, let us divorce our orthodox political parties this time and look towards another option and see if that's going to make 300 and something million Nigerians them begin see a progress way good for all. We can do it as a nation. You with the Sudan, I believe you're very well aware, say, we have our sisters, like today na weekend so, where they wait and net for go team up my junction them, for sell them body them. Imagine almost 6-7 million people with all waiting God bless we. Then sister, then they supposed to get job. They supposed to get business when they run. But it's not available. Why? Because for decades, few people don't they take extra money and put it in them pocket. Couple they would then put on development, building vocational institutions, creating jobs. Then they cut param from one person to another. They cut param, put it in pocket, and then they become available for their sisters and they. Then they go sit down, they wait in a beach for sell them body, them private part, for making them go get money for upkeep themselves. Because today they all want for live well, upkeep themselves. For me, then get the latest iPhone. For me, then go provide for them old mama and old papa where they don't get, where the system they don't fail, not able for create foundation for them. So now they use their bodies to go there and make money. That's immorality. It's not good for a country. Why they happen? Because we know they vote good people. People are able for protect institutions. And today we have people on social media where they support them people they try to recycle them people by fighting people with their ideas. All right? I believe so you know about that. I believe so you they watch me. You know the NGC. But you want your country for go before. Look into we young brothers them. I believe so you must see videos of we brothers them. They take drugs, kush, Then they hang like zombie. Hang like zombie. They don't know because there's no future. So I remember one program before then hack we waiting self we interview some bobody they took kush waiting and tell we. They say we not get nothing for do. So we sit down, we take kush, we feel I man them forget about the worries and all that thing, and they are destroying themselves. When they take kush, the kush down into the system, the next thing that they begin do, when I go begin saying armed robbery. We don't see plenty of people that we go free tongue on a holiday. Sorry, excuse me. We go free tongue on holiday. We see videos last December of people when they attack, drag them phone because of idleness. Imagine you the member now say, hey, let me take me picking them a free tongue for go holiday and let them go enjoy. You say self not safe. God forbid they harm you picking them. There's no system down there for give that justice we go get in America. That is why me they call and say you can still support your party, but this is Kontrifos YUMKELLA, a man with ideas, a man with respect, international recognition, sababu, a man with no policies, a man will serve twice na you need to and succeed, administratively succeed. Nobody can tell you say it if which man are the open mouth say no book not there for describe them and which man are the lie because then one time for the record for the young people and know say this was in the record. Why we not come together and give them chance? Why you know for this election say okay I support NGC, I support Kontrifos YUMKELLA. Now so they happen now. And they see Democrats. So I'll use Canada. I'll use America. We everybody know Democrats. They support a Republican. Why? Because that Republican see that $15 an hour we they get as Democrats make it $18. They jump. They go support because it benefit them. Why we not go take that strategy for the country? My brother, my sister, Sierra Leone is at crossroads, and we get one man of means where we see today. This they try for put down, then they try for put down. This they try for take for to go closer, then they try for to go closer. If I don't tell you a reason why the parties are fighting for this man they afraid say if can they go join SLPP, if they go join SLPP then they lost election. This one they feel say hey we want Kontrifos YUMKELLA, we Kontrifos YUMKELLA come and go able help we internationally this and that. Why are we holding on to step away from this orthodox party and come for support this man so that by supporting Kontrifos YUMKELLA what you do you make way for good people inside your party because Kontrifos YUMKELLA know they say that when I get good people in our party say good people in our party. He is a man who is going to bring these people together for proof to Sierra Leoneans and say, we do have good politicians. This is our time. This is our time. My brother and sister out there, I am going to continue to prove the people who are on social media. They tell people and say, Kontrifos YUMKELLA, no they talk. Kontrifos YUMKELLA, no do nothing for the Sierra Leone. I will continue to prove it to you people. I will continue to prove it to you people. And don't forget the NGC convention just there around the corner. And one good thing will make me proud. See, I'm not sure how they waste all my time. People and say, NGC go die. And so let me talk to the NGC go die. But 4 years under heavy storm, we still exist. Today, nobody know what talk about that country, they not talk about NGC. Because you know what you know? We've proven to the people that we ideologies is different. We've proven to the people that we can be stable on the things that they say. We straightforward in the things that they say. We support government for good for the sake of Sierra Leoneans. And also we don't team up with opposition for speak strong against government. We've not been seeing that kind of politics in our country, Sierra Leone. And we believe, say, we country can offer more to we people. And that make we born, and that make we build. That make God decide, say, hey, let me take some people away from them to Patia and station them. And God don't give we. It's not even easy. The resources not available. But God makes sure, say, it creates people that will lack the ideologies. We believe, say, the NGC, a party, waiting for the future of the people. Today, we have people who come out, now they not too many people in Parkinson NGC, many people in Parkinson NGC, local people them, Creole people them, Limba, Fula, Soso, Kru, Madinga, then Parkinson NGC. Then they even look for tribe. Then they look for party. They believe say NGC get a message we can able for unite this country, because without unity we're not able to develop. That is what we believe in. So we are here. We're not afraid nothing. All the intimidation, all the mamikos, we're not afraid nothing. We still operate as a formidable party constructively with this there. That is why you see all man they make rumor, because this they afraid say if can they go down this with the last election, because they're not say the man good. So if you know that Sierra Leoneans, why can't we help to bring good people in this time, this election will come? Why can't we come on board again and support the NGC, join Kande Kole YUMKELLA, so that Kande YUMKELLA go, it will show Sierra Leoneans there are good people in this country. It could identify good people from APC, draw them, come say, no, we can work together as a government. Draw people from SFP, come, let's work together. C4C, PMDC, UMDP, all these parties. All right. I will tap it for today. Me don't present this program. Me not Theophilus Morrison, DJ Million from Toronto, Canada. God bless you all and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Don't forget, any city where you dey, ask anybody, or you ask me. If you feel the need, say yes, you want to be part of the journey for support good people in that SALONE. You want to be part of NGC's journey for the 2023 election and the future. Reach out to DJ Million and I go pass you on to somebody within a city or na your country where you dey for make you go able for join the chapter and be a member of the SALONE Force ideology and the NGC. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
You invited to come to Freetown on the west coast of Sierra Leone, on the west coast of Africa. Attend Tanginish meantime. Come to na two season de na SALONE, na two season de na SALONE. Rain season, dry season, orange and mango season. Dry season, rain season, lost and bottom. Rain season, dry season, orange and mango season. Dry season, rain season, lost and bottom. Vitamin Center, West and Rural, Grandpa Vulture is on the cotton tree. Right underneath the cotton tree is the Museum of Sierra Leone. The history of this country is under the cotton tree. Attend it and finish meantime. Come to Lift your head up, you go see for Bay College, overlooking the House of Parliament. Right across the State House, you can feel the refreshing breeze. I say over the city from the ocean, right to the mountain tops. Attend it and finish meantime. Come to whenever you come to Freetown and you wish to wine and dine, you can chop rice, pap and food and quench it a ginger beer, fried fish and cassava bread, fufu to la Jackie Tomboy, the Bamba and the Mamba, complete with a golden sky. Whenever you come to Freetown and you wish to relax and Chatham. You can check out the National Stadium, the home of the Leon Stars. You can check out the Freedom Players. Our home is the Talent Center. At any time, finish me in town.